anime news. Is Persona 5 the animation really worth $300? And what Australia is doing this time to ban anime and light novels? News at 11. Actually, news right now, and this is just... forget about that. Alright, so we're doing 2 articles for this video. Just sum up my feelings about each topic. Aniplex is at it again. Remember that video that we made a long time ago where Shannen said that she wishes that she had an Aniplex budget? Where's the lie? The immense popularity of the 2017 JRPG Persona 5 led to it getting a 26-episode anime series, and now you can own the entire show on Blu-ray. But for a steep price, Persona 5 The Animation's complete Blu-ray box set will release September 29th, 2020. Distributor Aniplex of America, announced this weekend, and if you're looking to add it to your collection, it'll cost you a whopping $300. $300 for Persona 5 The Animation Blu-ray. Does Matthew Mercer bless every disc? Because that's the only way I see that's worth $300. Just for him to hold on to every copy of the Blu-ray to be like, you've been blessed by the holy Matthew Mercer. It's the only way I see that's worth it. The Persona 5 Blu-ray collection includes 6 Blu-ray discs with all 26 episodes, plus 2 supersized special episodes, Dark Sun and Stars and Hours. Yeah, for those of you who haven't seen Persona 5, the animation, episode 26 ends in a way that makes it feel like you got the bad ending of the anime, and just leaves you like, well, that's not how it's supposed to end. Like with Persona 4, the anime, it actually does give you the good ending, but for Persona 5, the anime itself, it ends with the cliffhanger / bad ending, and then Dark Sun and Stars and Hours are the ones that give you the true ending of the game. So you get 28 episodes. Huzzah! The box set also marks the release of the English dub for the first time. Took them like 2 years to do it. Both Japanese and English audio are available with the Blu-ray. Still not saying how this is worth $300. In addition to the episodes, the box set includes 12 illustration cards and various other bonus content, including textless opening and endings, commercials, and several trailers.
No, I don't know what I expected.
It just sounds like every other Blu-ray DVD release. How is it worth $300? Like, is it just the Blu-ray? Are we gonna get a DVD? Like, everyone's just like ranting about the Blu-ray itself, but we're not seeing if there's going to be a DVD release. Knowing Aniplex, they'll take a while for a DVD release. They just want your money. Like, Aniplex is just known for overcharging for everything that they do. Because they're holier than thou Aniplex, and they give you those specialty bonus boxes with art cards. Whoop-de-frickin-do.
Well, la-de-frickin-da!
The art cards seem cool, but you're really paying for the Blu-ray discs here, which include up to 14.5 hours of content, so it's up to you to decide if that's worth shelling out $300. If you just want to watch the series, you can find it on anime streaming services like Crunchyroll and Hulu, and if you're hungry for more Persona 5 content, consider picking up Persona 5 Royal, which expands upon the story you knew and adds new characters, confidants, locations, and more. So, like, even now, I'm just like, between the game and the anime, just get the game. Like, if you don't have like a PS4, find someone with a PS4 and play the game. It's a long game, but you just dive yourself into this world, and Atlas just went above and beyond with the effects, the game, the story, the characters, just every little thing you can do in that game. Like, I can't stop playing it. But the anime itself is like a compressed version of everything that you experience, which I don't know if that can be done for Persona 5 with how big it is. Like, somehow with Persona 4, the anime, they found a way to do it, but with Persona 5, that was going to be an even bigger challenge, considering everything that you can do in Persona 5, and they still kept it to 26 episodes with 2 bonus episodes, and it still felt like it was all just compressed together. It doesn't have the same energy as the game itself, but It is what it is. It's just basically saying this is a compressed version of Persona 5. If you want the full experience, play the game. Here with the Blu-ray itself, I can see one of a few scenarios happening. I can see die-hard fans of Persona 5 getting it. I feel for you. You do what you do with your money, but is it really worth $300? But you be you. If you really want it, by all means, whatever makes you happy. Fanatics of the series are gonna group up into their friends, chip in a bit to get the Blu-ray and just share it amongst each other. Or someone's gonna buy the set, rip the episodes, and you're gonna see it on pirating sites very soon. Just saying. I just don't see how this is worth $300, but let me know what you think in the comment section. Are you willing to chip in $300 for an anime that you like that just happens to have creditless openings and endings and trailers and commercials and cute little art cards? What are your thoughts on it? Leave your comments down below. Then on to some recent news. Kinokuniya Sydney removes various manga, including Goblin Slayer and Sword Art Online, following complaints of child by Australian legislator. Am I allowed to say that word, Miss YouTube? Probably not. I'm just probably gonna have to censor the word. Welcome to YouTube. But yeah, here's the article right here. Japanese bookstore chain books Kinokuniya has removed several manga titles from sale from their Sydney location, including Goblin Slayer and Sword Art Online, following complaints by an Australian legislator that classified the titles as child materials. In a formal letter written to Kinokuniya Vice President Keijiro Mori, South Australian Best Legislator Connie Bonaros revealed she had previously raised concerns over child exploitation materials being sold over the counter in the Kinokuniya bookstore. I mean, that's not the only bookstore, but go on. Specifically referring to various manga titles sold within the store. Bonaros was formerly the chief of staff to Australian Senator Sterling Griff, who made headlines earlier this year. I think I made a video about you not too long ago, after calling for a national ban on manga series such as Sword Art Online, Goblin Slayer, and Arrow Manga Sensei, similarly and disingenuously accusing these titles of promoting and contributing to child exploitation. The younger look of characters stylized in manga art styles appears to be Bonaros' main point of contention, as she claims that the offensive and illegal materials was found in a range of books featuring depictions of wide-eyed children, childlike in stature but engage in extremely explicit sexual activities. You mean ecchi. Fan service. Where characters look a certain way, but they're actually aged older because that's just what Japan does, but go on. Bonaros asserted that the titles were in breach of definition of child abuse and exploitation material under both Commonwealth and state law in Australia. Like, I get that. I completely understand why she did what she thought that she had to do. She just sees the material and she is told that, like, it has exploitive material for these characters that kind of look like children, even though they're animated. But at the same time, like, for you to remove the sales, I think it's only going to do more harm to your cause than good. I'd rather the material to be available, but with some sort of context labeling saying the following features this, this, and this, and gives you like a brief analysis on, you know, the age restrictions of Japan, their points of views, how they see consent in their country, and go from there. It'd be like a learning experience that still gives you the choice of whether or not you wish to partake in this kind of series or not. But just to outright ban the products and remove them from shelves because you think that they're exploiting children, when like, no child ever looks like this. Yes, they have big eyes and they're supposed to look all innocent-like and younger, but what can you show a child that actually looks like this? Like, there's a huge fight in Japan right now between mangakas and legislatures defining what it means to have freedom of press, where a lot of people are saying that, like, oh, they're exploiting children, when it's like, well, they're not children, they are within our consensual ages. This is our right, this is our stories, and if you don't like it, then we're not going to produce anything for you. So there's like, they're trying to find what's right and wrong with what they make in Japan. Which, like, the age of consent in Japan does not match the age of consent in Australia and in the United States and many other countries. Many countries have their own different age groups, different consensual ages. So, what's cool in Japan may not be cool here in Australia. But I still want there to be more of a learning experience and an understanding of the material rather than outright banning. Because to me, when you're not taking in full understanding of the context and just outright banning the material, that is a form of censorship. But where do you draw the line when, like, it's to one country it's exploitive and dangerous, but the other country it's fine? Like, I'm still trying to wrap my head around everything about this topic and how I feel about it. Like, because I get it and I understand it, but I'm also a person that grew up with anime. I know what ecchi humor is. I know what fan service is. And the more I'm educated about it, the more I'm just like, it's harmless fun to its core audience. It's no big deal. Kind of like in that episode of Penn and Teller's BS when they were covering the topic of violent video games and how, the more that it's out there, the more harm it will do for society. When they showed an example of a child who grew up playing Call of Duty and Modern Warfare and whatnot. He plays a lot of violent video games, but he has a mother there to educate him and support him, being all like, okay, this is fun, but it's fake. This is a fantasy world. This isn't real. You're in reality. None of this happens. And the more he's educated on that, and the more that he is, taught how to balance reality from fantasy, the more that he's a more well-grounded person that realizes, like, yeah, I'm not gonna, see mass killings as a fun thing. I'm not going to see violence as all fun and I get points and bonuses for doing this. This is not reality.
I'm not worried about Harrison playing violent video games because I know my child, and I know that he is aware of the difference between reality and fantasy.
And neither are these characters. You're not gonna see characters with those big eyes and weird proportions and like the tiny sizes and the big sizes. You're not gonna find people like this in reality. As far as we want to try to alter our bodies to look more anime-ish, but they're not real. Anime characters are not real. This is a fantasy. And I get the argument that, you're concerned about, how people are going to read this and, put it into their own reality perspective. But it just seems like, because you can't trust everyone to think the same way and accept this as fantasy, then you have to remove it from everybody. But let's look over the titles that she removed from Kinokuniya. Sword Art Online, which I think had a very explicit scene with Asuna. Eromanga Sensei, to which by context it was, about an ecchi artist who just happens to be a young teenage girl. It's just like, say what now? No Game No Life, which is a harem with youngish looking girls, youngest one being the little sister. Goblin Slayer, all of them are like 14 and older, which is the age restriction for Japan, but not in Australia. Where it shows the harsh realities of actually going on an adventure. It's like, hey buddy, you wanna go on an adventure? You wanna go slay some goblins? You're gonna be dead. Inside Mari, Dragonair Academy, Parallel Paradise, I've never heard of those. I think they're just light novel series, but apparently they're explicit. And she actually made a tweet and everyone's just like berating her. I congratulate Kinokuniya on taking such a strong and decisive action. If this action helps stop one child from being sexually abused, it is one child we have saved. Together, we can all make a difference. But honestly, I don't think you can link exploitation to light novels, manga, anime, fantasies. It all boils down to that one person that is just so far from reality that no other influences can save this person from making the worst decisions of their life. Like, not every person out there exploiting children are into anime. They're not all into video games. But because you see youngish looking individuals in these ecchi kinds of stories, then that's the one link to child harm. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think Connie Bonaros is just doing her best to look out for the children of Australia, or do you think this is just a wasted effort in a world where there are bigger problems for us to worry about? Let me know your answers in the comments down below. And that's it for news in anime. Let me know what your thoughts about Persona 5 being $300 on Blu-ray, and your thoughts on Connie Bonaros removing light novels from Kinokuniya for child exploitation.
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
Coming up next, since the school holidays are over, and I apologize for this video taking a while, just the school holidays at my job, working during the whole pandemic, it pretty much exhausted me, but I'm fine. I'm trying to get my energy levels back up and running, and I thank you all for your love and support and your patience. But because the holidays are over, I have a little bit more time on my hands, so I'm going to work on the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure review next, and then the top 10 catchiest openings of anime part 2. Thank you all so much for watching. More awesome videos will be on the way, so stay tuned. Anime America. Bye-bye. Hey there, if you like what we do on this channel, be sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. If you wish to support us financially, we do have a Patreon page with numerous rewards to fit your budget. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Anime America, and be sure to check out our other channel, Pop Spectrum. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned, Anime America.